Okay, so there is the Roundabout solo at 70% tempo. About as good as I can do it right now. But that gives you an idea of how my transcription works. I discovered that the other transcription had quite a few errors. They had things that they were just plain wrong, and also they tried. Ironically, they tried to get things a little bit too accurate. If you slow down Wakeman's solo, you can hear a lot of obviously flubbed notes. Just sort of mashes them along the way, and I've learned that you shouldn't try to reproduce bad notes if you're pretty sure that they were bad notes. So I pared it down to the notes we're sure were correct and were not awkward to play, and on the transcription here I also indicated fingerings that should work for you as well. So let me go ahead and do the solo one more time through just the organ, and also slow it down to maybe like 50% tempo, and that way you can sort of track what my hand is doing. And then the next part. All right, so that's the gist of it. Alright, so harmonically, this is a little bit tricky, because what he's doing is, I showed you before the blues scale on G. Yeah. There it is. And I showed you that fingering, which I think was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, something like that. And that works for a lot of the time. But what Wakeman does here is he adds an extra note whenever not every time, but a lot of the times when you hit the D flat. So you can't use 4 on that, because you need this note up here as well. So it's like that. And so you're going to have to use 3 and 5 to get that. That's a little bit of a stretch, the 3 and 5, but it's the only fingering that works, because you need to also come down and use the 2 finger to hit the C, so like that. And so on those passages I've marked, actually I just marked the first one at the very first phrase, the very top line. Alright, and so you want to follow that fingering just as it is. It's the biggest difficulty is going from here with the 1 to here with the 3 and 5. And if you use traditional teaching, which teaches you to reach over with the finger or reach under with the thumb, that's not going to work. There's no way to go. If you look at, that's what your hand looks like, when it's in that position, and at top speed, there's no way that's going to happen. So the only way to do it really is just get it ready and then slide it over like that. So if I were to slow it down, make a staccato, And what's going to help you there is your rhythm practice. So if I'm going through here, you should in this case, you got 11/16 notes. That's what you should swing, is the 16th notes. And then there's a few places with triplets. There's nothing you can do with those. So just play the triplets normal. And of course play the 8th notes and other longer notes normal. And so it's going to look like this. I'll go ahead and skip through the length of that first note. See, tough, like that. And then the opposite rhythm is actually what's going to help you do the quick shift between the thumb and the 3/5. So here we go again. See how I had to do that quick shift? Do that again. And so on. And so it's just something you have to really work on the parts when you're doing that. Let's see what else. All right, so harmonically, it's a little bit tricky because he's using the blues scale, which sounds kind of minor. Has a minor third there, but then the parts where it goes. Then it goes to major. So you're using a different scale there. Alright, instead of... and so on. And so, my strategy for learning this would be to learn the solo as best as you can, but then if you get lost, you can just start noodling around in the blues scale. So whatever you're going to do. But the problem is you have to watch out with the places where it goes into major. And I'm just sort of being spasmodic there, but that's sort of the safety net that you need is to have in your ear where the key changes, or actually the key doesn't change, but the scale changes. All right, I'm trying to think of anything else you might need. I left out the rhythmic parts in the middle there. Let me know if you need help figuring that out, or anything else out. In the song, but this is definitely the most challenging bit right here.